Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's story is Emily. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Emily who loved nothing more than spending her time exploring the great outdoors. She would often go on long hikes and camping trips, taking in the natural beauty of the world around her. One day, Emily decided to embark on a solo hike through a dense forest that she had never been to before. Armed with her backpack, some snacks, and a map, she set out early in the morning with high spirits. At first, the hike was easy and Emily was able to take in the sights and sounds of the forest around her. But as she continued deeper into the woods, the terrain became more rugged and the trail became harder to follow. Emily consulted her map but found that it was difficult to decipher the exact location she was in. As the day wore on, she began to realize that she was lost in the woods. Panic began to set in as she thought of all the dangers that lurked in the wilderness. As she trudged through the forest, Emily heard a rustling in the bushes nearby. Fearful of what it could be, she quickened her pace, but her legs felt heavy and tired. She knew that she had to find a place to rest and regroup. Finally, Emily came across a small clearing with a stream running through it. She collapsed onto the soft grass, exhausted and scared. She knew that she needed to come up with a plan to get out of the woods and back to civilization. She decided to try and signal for help by building a fire and setting up some makeshift torches to create smoke signals. But as the sun began to set, Emily realized that she would have to spend the night in the forest. As darkness enveloped the woods, Emily became acutely aware of every sound and rustle around her. She tried to keep herself occupied by reading the few books she had brought with her, but her mind kept wandering to thoughts of her family and friends. As the night wore on, Emily eventually fell asleep, but it was a restless and uneasy sleep. She was awakened several times by the sounds of animals moving through the woods and rustling in the bushes nearby. When morning came, Emily was relieved to see that the sun had risen and that she could continue her search for a way out of the woods. She set out with renewed energy, but the forest seemed to stretch on endlessly before her. Just when she thought that she would never find her way out, Emily stumbled across an old cabin tucked away in a clearing. Relieved and hopeful, she approached the cabin cautiously and knocked on the door. To her surprise, the door was opened by a kindly old man who offered her food, water, and shelter. Emily gratefully accepted and spent the night in the cabin, regaining her strength and making a new friend. The next day, the old man showed Emily the way out of the woods and back to civilization. Though her experience had been frightening and difficult, Emily emerged from the forest with a newfound respect for the power and beauty of nature. From that day forward, Emily never went on a hike without making sure that she had a fully charged phone, a GPS tracker, and extra supplies. But she also never lost her sense of wonder and appreciation for the majesty of the great outdoors. Thanks all, please subscribe to my channel.